Hello, hello. Welcome back to Reviews It All. And today I'm going to be talking about the mid season finale of Sistas on BET. So this episode, I was just like, again, I'm following, okay? So we following this Tyler Perry. Now, let's see how I'm gonna start with this. Let's start off with the big thing, one of the big things, Karen. So this episode, it reminded me even more of how much I do not like Karen. The way that she speaks to everybody is just downright rude. And I don't see how they've been putting up with it for this long. Cause I was almost thinking, I'm like, okay, is she just as a friend? Do they just spoil her and coddle her? And so when she doesn't get her way, and when if she feels some kind of way, she lashes out until she gets her way. Is that what it is? Because that was the just doing the most. Sabrina is excited. She got the position, mind you. Yay for Sabrina. Then she wants to do a thing at her boyfriend's smoothie place, where it's just them and they're just, to celebrate something great, something positive. She invites you, and one of the first things that comes out of your mouth is, well, is it just gonna be us girls and just the core friendship group? And I'm like, okay, first of all, you jumped that off right there. She never mentioned that she was inviting anyone else except for her main girlfriends to share that moment, to share this celebration with. So you kick that off. Now, so you kick that off, and then there goes that, right? So she has to get off the phone. I think it was something. I can't remember who she was talking to. I don't even remember which way it went. I don't know if that was first or that came after the fact. Whatever, regardless. You were doing the most. She wanted to do a mocktail type thing because she's doing those treatments to freeze her eggs, and then Karen is pregnant, so she just wanted to do something like that. So now Karen, she's been given the instruction to notify. I think she wanted her to notify the girls, to come by the shop after work, the smoothie place. So, or the juice bar, whatever it is. So she calls Danny, and I mean, she literally was doing too much for me. Just like Danny's response was, that would have been my response too. I probably wouldn't have stayed on the phone as long as Danny did. I would have went on and hung up the phone without even saying anything. I would have just clicked. Yeah, don't call me with that energy. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. That was just whack. Completely whack. Danny wasn't even thinking about inviting any of the other inviting Fatima. She wasn't even thinking about Fatima. Only reason it even came up in her mind, and the only reason Danny even invited Fatima anyway, was just to get back at Karen because of the way she was acting towards her. Karen, you brought Pam, and if I was Pam, I would feel some kind of way about that, because you normally do not invite Pam to the the girls' functions, the sisters' functions that you normally do with the other ladies. You don't normally invite Pam, but all of a sudden you want to invite Pam now because you want to feel like you have somebody in your corner that's gonna ride for you and speak up, when the other ladies are not letting you know that you're wrong, and you're wrong for the way that you're treating Fatima. Um, so there's that. So they end up having the whole little thing or whatever. Danny is there, and Danny brought Fatima. Andy shows up. She didn't know Fatima was gonna be there. Fatima was like, "Oh, it's just work. I just didn't even think about it. Besides, I wanted to drive my own car just in case something pops off, and I need to leave. I need to leave with no issues." So with all of that, As they're talking or whatever, here comes Karen walking in immediately with a stank attitude. So that lets me know that even if Fatima wasn't there, you still would have walked in with that stank attitude already. And then it was just like, yeah, I'm over it. Not having it. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. I totally understand, Danny. Here with you. And Danny, I also rock with you on that. You brought your flask because, boo, just because y'all are not drinking because you have certain things going on, ma'am, I didn't ask to sign up for this. I didn't subscribe to this. I want my drink. Her and Fatima put some little some in their drinks, and it is what it is. Now, things got a little rowdy. Pam wanted to try to step in, like, and that was the reason that Karen even bought her there was for just in case for something like that. Ooh, excuse me, you guys. But yeah, so you brought. That's why you brought Pam. Fatima was just like, listen. I mean, pretty much she's telling her, and she been telling her, girl, the only reason I ain't popped you one is because you pregnant, boo. And while you, and she looked at Pam like, Pam, you over there talking. I might can't whoop her, but I could whoop yours. Okay, and Pam, you don't want that. Okay. Now, mind you, even with all of that, and at this point, she hasn't gotten the phone call from the doctor's office yet, so that hasn't even happened. And she's already basically saying that Fatima doesn't want Zach to have anything to do with his children, which is the opposite, the complete opposite. She wants him to be involved if this is his child or children, but just want to establish some boundaries and, and just make sure that y'all try to have be on the up and up because Fatima actually wasn't gonna go. Zach actually suggested that she go because it's like, listen, y'all gonna cross paths with each other. We gonna have to figure this out. But Karen refuses to let it go, and she said something. I think it was, and I'm talking about Karen. I felt like when they were at that Smooth the Juice place, that when she was getting into it with Fatima and them, she said something about Fatima took her man or something like that. It's like, boo, no, she didn't. Y'all were not together. She didn't take anything from you. Zach was available. Okay? At that time, you didn't want Zach at that time. So there's that. Now, Andy. Oh my goodness. Before I even get to the phone call that she got, let's go back. She arrives at work. She had a nice little night with her man Jordan. She gets there. The lady is there. I'll be honest with you, even though that client will open up a lot of doors for her, I feel like, boo, hurry up and finish with that client, that lady, whatever her name is, so she can be gone. Because she is a handful. And at this point, I would be like, ma'am, okay, if you're going to be doing all of this and making these high demands, yeah, it's going to be a good, I'm going to get paid good for this. But, honey, you can, you go to somebody else. Get away from me with this. So, that lady's there. So, she gets there. They talk, go over whatever they need to go over as they're leaving. And he's giving her the rundown. The lady said, I don't want to do with this. I don't want to do with that. I want you to get straight to it. We shouldn't even go to trial if you're as good as you say you are. We don't even need to go to trial. This shouldn't even go to trial. This should be done. I should be on moving on with my life, with my coins. And then here comes Hayden. This is where it's like, Andy, you have to be understanding of where the heck you are. You know that this dude be creeping around. You know that he wants to try to get in on whatever you have going on to make himself look good because he wants to make a partner. I would cease all conversation about anything going on with my case, with the lady, with her clients, when you exit your office. Period. Second thing that I was kind of like, huh, raising eyebrows is the fact that Hayden had went and did the research on the lady's, I think her prenuptial agreement or something, and I'm just like, and that is how he ended up being made co-counsel to Andy. So this is going to be terrible. Now she's really going to have to deal with him, and they're going to have to figure this out. But this ends up happening, and I don't understand how the lady didn't get ticked off at the fact that Hayden was all in her biz going through her case, not her case, but her agreement with her husband. And I'm like, I would have felt some kind of way about that because I ain't asked you to do that. Get out of my business. Anyway, that's just me. Moving on. I also want to point out, even before all of this happened, see, I'm starting in the middle, now I'm going backwards. Even before all of this, Andy woke up from having I guess a nightmare or bad dream, whatever you want to call it. Something about it was a lady screaming and there was a lot of blood. I was like, okay, Tyler, that's not what we gonna do. We're not gonna make it seem like Andy and Penelope have some kind of tie, some kind of emotional tie with each other to where she could feel when something happened to her. You know, we're not doing that. We're not going to try to do that. Moving on. When Andy got the phone call while they were at the juice bar, it was a phone call from Jordan saying that he hadn't heard from Penelope, and that's not like her. So she was like, oh, I wouldn't worry about it. Da, 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 da. She gets off the phone with him. She gives Fatima a look, and she says, I have to go, you guys. I need to go handle something with dealing with a client. Okay. So that's what's going on. So Fatima's like, I got you. I already know what's up. So they go. And they go to Gary's office. He's relaxing, got a cigar, something drank. I'm just like, this dude is really mentally disturbed, okay? He don't feel no type of way, no emotional, no emotion, no nothing. As if nothing ever happened. Because from my understanding is, I'm wanting to assume that Penelope's dead. I don't know. It could be possible that he got her held up somewhere. Do we know if the baby is deceased? I don't know. Do we know if she's deceased? We don't know because it was no final nothing. It was just her, ground, blood, screaming, cleanup crew, gone girl. That's what they named that's the name of this episode, is Gone Girl. But yeah, so they roll up on him. Here comes Fatima. She pulls out a knife, had it up to his neck, and he's just like, yeah, I know you're not gonna do anything to me. In this case, this is Fatima when I would have called Madam on this one. But I don't think they couldn't have thought that they were really going to get anything out of him. Sorry, y'all, but it worked today. So I don't think there's no way that she could have possibly thought she was going to get anything out of him. Andy pretty much let him know, like, yeah, I think she almost basically was saying, like, she pretty much had some information on him and she knows that he, that he did something to her. Doesn't know exactly what's going on just yet, but, she's just talking because she's saying women disappear. Around you, women disappear. So, quench my thirst. So, they really don't get anything from that. So now I'm just wondering, okay, what's going to happen from here? Fast forward towards the end of the episode. Nothing else really stood out for me that I really care to even speak on, but fast forwarding to the end where Karen gets the phone call. And it was the clinic basically saying that her results were available for the paternity test. Now they said, okay, you have two fetuses. Zach is definitely the father to one of the fetuses. And when I tell you, Karen's face was just like, huh? Like she's stuck. So, pretty much what I think we all guessed what was going to happen, that is exactly what happened. Karen has two children. I wouldn't necessarily say they're twin babies. She has two children. She's pregnant at the same time with two kids. One is by Zach, and I guarantee you the other one will be by Aaron. So she will not be able to get rid of Aaron, even though she's been trying to. It's not gonna happen. It was a reason why Tyler had him to pop back up. But see, we haven't seen him since, but he's gonna pop back in again because guess what's gonna happen? She's gonna have to find out who is the father of the second child. I dreaded that was the result. I had a feeling it would be, but I didn't want it to be. I really, really, really wanted Zach to be able to move on with his situation with Fatima and let them do their thing. I kind of hate that that Tyler is still kind of dragging on the Karen, Zach, Fatima thing that's going on there. I'm like, let's move on, move forward. Let's let Karen move forward on into something else. So that's where it ended. Again, that was the mid-season finale. We're gonna have to see what was gonna be the fallout from all of this. When Zach finds out that he is the father, but only to one of the fetuses. But yeah. So thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I will be back with more videos for other shows. I do not plan to only just do this one. I may start back adding in some more stuff, reviews on other things other than just TV shows, but we will see. I will try to do the best I can. So yeah, so thank you for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye.